show you how you could use slides as part of Google Drive in order to create some work. Now, my daughter's allowed me to show you some of her things from her Drive. So if you went onto your Drive and you looked on the left-hand side under New, you find a whole bunch of stuff, docs, sheets and slides, and it would be a slide that you wanted to create, either blank presentation or from a template. If you were to use a template, they tend to have lots and lots of stuff all over them, but it might be a good way to start, at least to have a look. And certainly for your sketchbook, it might be quite useful. It might be less useful for your portfolio, but have a look at what you think and start on your sketchbooks first. That's probably what I'd suggest. Okay, so if we then move on to having a look at some of her research. So this is a piece of research. This is what your sketchbook might look like, where you're putting in some information. Maybe these would be not somebody that she's particularly looking at, but they might be different individual pages from your own sketchbook, and maybe you're telling me here that this is from the lectures or something. So you can populate each page with as much kind of detail as you want to. And here, if we look at another piece of research she did for a different project, it's got a lot more research in it. So, but this might be a particular page of yours, say a page of reflection, and maybe you wanted to write some reflection. This might be a series of different pages from your sketchbook, lots and lots of different ones all put together. Something else that you wanted to pull out, lots of other different pages from your sketchbook. And so it goes on with, lots and lots of different stuff depending on what you're trying to show. So, here there's lots and lots and lots and lots of research. Now, she is level 3, so she's a year below you guys. So I'd obviously be expecting, the level above her, really, at your level. You're not doing something visual, so hers is obviously more visual, but, there's nothing stopping you putting all of these things in as individual pictures from your own sketchbook to show me things that you're trying to draw my attention to. So this could be not about wonder, obviously, but about your one of your projects, and then you describe a little bit of it. You have a key page from your sketchbook and lots and lots of other pages which show development. So that would really be how you could use slides to put together something which represents your sketchbook. But as you can see here, it's a lot of photographs, and if she can do it for her work, I'm sure you can do it for your work. And it is the only way that you're going to be able to get in your sketchbook in order for it to be marked. And it just is as simple as a Google slide. Now, when it comes to your portfolio, I'm going to show you her production log, which is again another set of slides from Google, and you just add a page in each time. So this is a production log. So it's not a portfolio, but because it's got some of her portfolio pieces in it, I'm going to show you. This was just something that she was putting together for one of her projects. So, and an evaluation that she never wrote. So these are the posters that she created for it. So you can imagine this being, just say it said add media up here, or not add media, but the actual campaign that you came up with, and it had a poster and some things. You can, with something like this, you can get across maybe on one page the whole thing, and then you go on to another page and kind of have more detail about what that might be. So let me find something with a bit more detail. So so some more detail about how things might look as part of that campaign. So you might end up with, say, 3 pages for ad media that kind of give an idea about how your ad media piece of work functioned, and then you'd have another set of slides that you just add another slide in. So you go up here, new slide, add another slide, and then it becomes you put in your news media, and you put in your social media, and you put in your YouTube media and your zine, and you just put your photos in of your work in the same way with maybe a little explanation. The reason I was saying be careful about templates, and she hasn't done this for her actual portfolio, but for all of her kind of research work and development work, she used templates quite a lot, and they give you these random bits of graphic horribleness. And you don't actually want that in your portfolio. It doesn't matter so much in something like, the research, if it's put a kind of template on. Actually, I don't think she used a template on this. But you have a bit more scope in what you want something to look at, a bit more control if you're in charge of the spacing and placing, and you haven't got something that's putting this shape in every single page, because that can end up looking quite messy, like underneath here, for example. So hopefully that it's explained a little bit about how you could use Google Slides. Really very, very easy. You just have to go onto your Google Drive. If you've got a Gmail, which you got from the university, you should be able to get a Google Drive. If you haven't got one, look it up on YouTube, and you can just then send me the link to that along with any passwords that I might need.